Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's kind of a different video, but I wanted to share it with you guys. I've been kind of holding it to myself because there ain't much there. So let me just jump into the video. So this video is about me shooting my biggest buck ever. I have the mount and everything, and I've done a video showing it before. But this morning we pulled up. We was hunting the rut. We're hunting 400 and some odd acres. Trail cam pictures all through the year of big bucks, nonstop. So I knew they was in there. I knew I had to get in there. Moral of the story is, the deer that I shot, he never once showed up on camera. Not one time. I don't know how he slipped around my camera every time, or if he was just new and just came in there that day. But I'm guessing the deer came from at least a mile away. That place that we was hunting held a lot of does, and with all those trail cam pictures, I was confident I was going to kill a buck. I just didn't know how big of a caliber of buck it was going to be. So we roll up, and we was running late that morning to our spot, and I told Haley I was real mad. I mean, like, I was furious at myself for waking up late. I don't know if any other hunters out there are like me like that. I like get so mad that, like, hummingbird pan. Oh, he flew away right when I said that. Anyways, I don't know if any other hunters like me and you get super mad when you're really late. But I'm one of those hunters. I was steaming. You could ask Haley. Like, I was getting ready just to punch through her window. And we was driving her car. So, threw all the bows in the back. We're headed out there. I was real mad at myself. I mean, it's breaking daylight as we're driving. And we pull up to our spot, and I told Haley, I was like, all right. I was like, the good news is, I was trying to think of a positive just so I didn't freak out. But I was like, the positive is, I was like, at least we can see across that field now, so we know that we ain't going to blow no bucks off of there when we're going in. So we start walking across that field, and we get into our spot and settle down and get it all quiet. We're probably there about 15 minutes, and the way the field's set up, you can see the car from where we're sitting, because we was just hunting a field edge, nothing special. I figured the bucks would be chasing does to that field. So you could see the car from where we're sitting. And we're watching, or I'm just sitting there just watching the car, and I see a big, like, 10-point buck just running right in front of Haley's car, chasing a doe around in circles. So I'm over there freaking out, and I'm trying to get its attention. Like, I'm hitting grunt calls, bleat calls, nothing's working. So I told Haley, I was like, let's just sit tight and stuff. And probably 45 minutes later, that buck he went and chased that doe. But 45 minutes later, an old bruiser buck came walking in there. I mean, looked like a picture perfect buck. He was this old. He was barely walking across that field, and he probably got about 70, 80 yards, and I let him pass. I couldn't shoot that far, so I was like, it's a no-go. I ain't gonna try it. So I look over at Haley, and I'm like, I'm really hungry. I was like, screw this. I'm getting frustrated. I've been mad all morning. I was like, let's go get some McDonald's. I was like, that sounds amazing right now. And she's like, no. She's like, I got a weird feeling. She's like, let's just stay 10, 15 more minutes. I was like, okay. And about 10 minutes later, this 4-point comes running through. And we've seen a lot more bucks by the way, but they was all across the field. We couldn't shoot. So this 4-point comes running through, and I start getting excited because he was close. That was the first deer that we've seen that was close. And then he takes off, and he goes kind of to the side of us where I couldn't see him no more. He kind of slipped into a corner of the field, and I couldn't see it. So I was like, it was a 4-pointer. I wasn't going to shoot him anyways. I just got excited to drill and rush from it. And then about 5 minutes after he comes by, this, like, 8-pointer walks about 5 yards from me. Didn't even know we was there. I mean, like, legit 5 yards. Like, from here to that black cat pan. Yeah, like that close. Like, legit. Like, I was just, like, up against the tree, and I was like, I wasn't even breathing. Like, you could, if a corner was on site, he would have said I was dead. I was not breathing, okay? I was like, but anyways, He came and he didn't recognize us, but he kind of just looked at us and went like that, and he just walked off. Didn't blow or nothing. So I was like, thank God. I was like, that was close. I really wanted to shoot that deer too. I was telling Haley, I was like, I'm gonna shoot. And she's like, no, don't. She's like, I'm telling you, something bigger is gonna show up today. She's like, it's a good day. And I was like, I was just mad. And then right after that buck left, we start hearing this weird noise. It sounded like grunts. Like you could just tell it was a grunt of some sort, and it happened about like 10 times in a row, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I think that's a grunt. And I think in the video of it, you can hear Haley say, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And I was like, yeah. We was talking back and forth, but you can definitely hear it. And about that time, I noticed that 4-pointer come back out from the corner of that field, and here come 2 big bucks right behind him. I mean, like, this weird. And our video back then wasn't that great. We was just now even messing with cameras or whatever, and on top of that, we was adrenaline rushed. I mean, like, we was on crack cocaine out there. Like, we was excited. So we're over there like shaking to death. But Haley didn't get much, but it's not on her. I was crack-a-lacking, so I can only imagine what she was like. So he comes walking in, and well, at first they was over in that corner and they was fighting. We didn't get a clip of that, but we can hear him grunting in the clip, and then we heard him fighting. And actually, Haley leaned out kind of, and she said that she could see him fighting there for a minute. And she told me to get ready. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I was like, I got this. So, and also at that time, I just now got my bow. I was not prepared. Like, my compound bow, I was not prepared. Luckily, Haley had a deer tag of her own, so she had her bow with us, or her crossbow. And I know I kind of cheated or whatnot, but I wasn't confident, and I definitely wasn't making a bad shot on that buck. I was just not in. It was not in the playlist. It was not in the realm. I couldn't do that. So they're fighting. He starts to walk in, comes, he's quartering, like, or perfectly broadside, and I stopped him right in his tracks, and he just looked at me. I remember it felt like eternity he was looking at me, but it was probably only a couple seconds in reality. And I shot, and I could just hear it was like, doof! Like, you could just hear the thump of it, like it echoed off the trees. Like, everything was like so intense. Like, I was cracking. So it was so intense that I was like freaking out kind of, and it didn't hit me until about a minute or two afterwards. And Haley has a video. Pardon my language in the video. I was so jacked that I was saying some stuff, but we just got clips, like little clips here and there of that hunt. The only clip that we have is not the shot or nothing like that. I wish we did. Like I said, we was just so jacked up on adrenaline and stuff that we didn't even know what was happening, really. And not to mess with cameras, we was worried about getting the deer on the ground, basically. But in that clip, all we got is the deer running off. But you can tell the size of that deer when he's running off. I wanted to share it with you guys. I've been holding it to myself for a long time now, just because of the language in it, and just because we didn't have the full video. I didn't really want to put it out there because we didn't have the full hunt. But I think it's a good learning curve, especially if you guys are wanting to film your hunts or whatever. I definitely learned from that. And this year, it won't happen. I don't care if I have to buy 25 iPhones and just screw them to trees or something, like make mounts and screw them to trees and have them while recording. Somehow I'm getting all the footage. But yeah, I'm going to flip it over to the thing. Oh, one more thing. You know how everybody buys an expensive camo? I've talked about it. You know how I have expensive camo? That day, I was so not prepared. I was so mad at myself. I forgot my camo jacket. I was wearing a Bone Collector flannel, red and white, out there. And I killed a monster. I mean, I killed an elk in Illinois. He's ginormous. Video doesn't do it justice. That deer is massive. He scored 156, just to let everybody know. I think he's a little bit bigger than that. 156 was being generous, because I was trying to be generous, just to make sure it was right. But He scored 156. He's a pretty big deer. Probably the biggest I'll kill in a long time. I'll definitely kill bigger than that probably, but just because I know that we have bigger deer out where we come from, so I'll definitely kill one bigger than that sometime. For now, he's my biggest. So yeah, I'm gonna flip it over to the video and enjoy today's video, guys. That's all. Bye.
No, babe, it's a doe.